Yesterday morning at 8:29 a.m., we received multiple calls for service in regards to a major crash on the 600 block of Minnesota Road. Upon arrival, officers found multiple casualties and several injured. Officers also found a gray SUV with heavy damage and a driver on scene. Through the investigation, it was found that the SUV ran a red light, lost control, flipped on its side, and struck a total of 18 individuals. It was further found that there were 6 fatalities on scene and 12 critically injured. Investigation also revealed that the driver of the vehicle, later identified as George Alvarez, November 9th, 1988, had attempted to flee the scene after impact, but was held down by several individuals on scene. George Alvarez is a Brownsville local with an extensive rap sheet. He has been formally charged and arraigned with 8 counts of manslaughter, 10 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
All right. Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I'm going to give all the praises, honor, and the glory unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem YAHAWASHI, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and unto the elders of Great Millstone GMS who taught me this truth, and honors to the brethren in the Akim that's pushing out this truth with all sincerity and in faith, and the Wadi Yahawah Ba'ashem YAHAWASHI for allowing me to come back with another lesson. And the title of this lesson is going to be, I make peace and create evil. And this is what the Most High does, all right? This is what he does. He has it to where he has an individual, whether it be one or many. This time it still happened to just be a one man who literally just ran over a bunch of people, man. And this took place, well, today's the 8th, all right? So this is very recent, okay? He killed 8 people and injured at least 10 when he plowed into a crowd early Sunday, officials said. And brothers were saying, that a lot of, there's going to be a lot of judgments taking place because, that was Cinco de Mayo weekend. You had Canelo Alvarez fighting, in Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, and when things like that, when events like that take place, you have a lot of who you would call so-called Mexicans today, which can come from the tribe of Issachar, which are of the northern kingdom. They start to turn up and try to conjure up some mirth. You see, but in the midst of all this, the Heavenly Father, he has something else in mind. Because in those environments, they'll say peace and safety. Everyone's having a good time, and then what happens? As you see here, sudden destruction cometh upon them. Here it is, you getting ran over by SUV, man. A total of 18 people were getting mauled through, just getting ran over, And this is all the doings of the Heavenly Father. Okay? It's all the doing of Yahawah Ba'ashem YAHAWASHI. He has spirits out here that are what? Created for the vengeance. The vengeance of who? The vengeance of Yahawah Ba'ashem YAHAWASHI, man. Because like when you go to what is that? Ecclesiasticus 12:6. Yeah, Ecclesiasticus 12:6, for it says, "For the Most High hateth sinners," and that's a cut on you Christians that say, "Well, the Most High he hates the sin, but not the sinner." Well, that the scriptures say otherwise. Okay, and it says, "For the Most High hateth sinners, and he will repay vengeance unto the ungodly." And this happened in Texas, correct? And most likely, I didn't tell you, what race or whatever the case may be of them. Yet, nevertheless, you got a lot of Issachar out there in Texas, as well as, the tribes are all throughout Babylon, and I wouldn't put anything past it of those being so-called Mexicans, man. All right. In which we don't feel any kind of way because you Issachar are just, you ungodly, man, because you're the ones who worship idols damn near the most, man. The northern kingdom are very, very, very heavily into those kind of things. And that's where the Heavenly Father gets very mad. And when he gets pissed, this is what happens. He pays the vengeance unto you, okay? And will repay vengeance unto the ungodly and keepeth them against the mighty day of their judgment. You see that? And this is one of those days in where people received their judgment. 8 people got killed, 10 people got injured. These are the things in which the Heavenly Father has take place here on this earth, and it's going to intensify. It's not going to die down. It's not going to get any, things ain't going to get better. They're going to get much worse before they get any better. Okay. Ecclesiasticus 39:28, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes, and in the time of the destruction they pour out their force, and appease the wrath of him that made them. You see that? And who made them? YAHAWASHI does. And it says fire and hell and famine and death. All these were created for vengeance. You see that? Teeth of wild beasts, scorpions, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction. You see? So the Most High has many, many ways, and he's very, very creative on how he wants to take people out, man. Whether it be an animal killing you, whether it be a serpent biting you, whether it's somebody coming in with a gun killing you, running your ass over with a truck, no matter, the Heavenly Father, he'll find a way to get you, and he repays those that do what? That do ungodly, That's why when you see things like this, this must put the fear in you, man. And if this things that take place on this earth, whether it be murder, or people dying in brutal fashion, if that doesn't put fear in you, man, I really don't know I really don't know what will. If that doesn't, then nothing will. We have to fear the Lord because he's the one that can, how's it go? He destroyeth both soul and body in hell. I think that's 30 or 28. Yes. Matthew chapter 10 verse 28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. You see that? And that's what the Most High does. He'll destroy you, man. He'll get you. If you're not doing right in the sight, you just being complete demon, Most High is going to get you, man. And he's going to be getting a lot of our people in mass numbers, especially in these days to come, in these last days. Okay. And many people may say, "Oh, they're those people didn't do anything wrong." That you don't know that. And how do we know that? That they weren't doing something wrong? It's because the Heavenly Father, his judgments are true and righteous altogether, man. He just ain't just gonna kill you just to kill you. You must have done something, whether it been in the life you live now or also in the ones in your past. Okay. This is Psalms 19:9. The fear of the Lord is clean, enduring forever. The judgments of Adawan are true and righteous altogether. You see that? So the judgments of YAHAWASHI, they're true and righteous altogether. All right. This is the book of Job, chapter 9 and 22. And it says, this is one thing, therefore I said it. He destroyeth the perfect and the wicked. See that? And that's what he does. He doesn't, the Most High, he doesn't play around. Okay. He does not play around. All right. Matter of fact, let's stay in the book of Job. 4 and 7. It says, even as I have seen, they that, verse 7, remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? See, so whoever perished being innocent, man. All right. Whether those people, whether it been old ladies, whether it been kids out there, doesn't matter. Nobody perisheth being innocent, man. Okay. And it says, verse 8, even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. Meaning, if that's what you're doing, you're going to reap the benefit off of that. Those that plow after iniquity, those that sow after wickedness. And what are you going to reap? You're going to reap this, verse 9. By the blast of the Heavenly Father they perish, and by the breath of his nostrils are they consumed. You see that? So that's what the Most High does, man. He's a just power. He's a just way. He's fair. People be like, oh, there's no fair. You don't know the Most High, man. See, us brothers, we know. We know that, and especially Job, he knows that, and he states this in this chapter, how the Lord taketh, and the Lord hath given, and the Lord hath taken away. Because when you read this, it says, this is the book of Job 1:18. While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, thy sons and thy daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. And behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness and smote the four corners of the house. And it fell upon the young men, and they are dead. And I only am escaped alone to tell thee. Then Job arose and rent his mantle and shaved his head and fell down upon the ground and worshipped. After being given the news of when his children, his sons and his daughters, were eating and drinking, and then a wind came and had the four corners of the house fall upon him and kill him, he fell down upon the ground, he worshipped. And what did he say? Verse 21, and said, naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither. The Lord gave, and the Lord hath taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. You see that? So he said, Barakatah Yahweh. Blessed be Yahweh Shem YAHAWASHI. And it says, and in all this, Job sinned not, nor charged the Heavenly Father foolishly. You see that? Meaning he didn't say, why, Most High, you kill my kid? He didn't get all like that, because Job, he understood. Because Job, he was a man that obeyed the Heavenly Father. He seeked the Lord, and he understood those things. Okay, and so do we. We understand when things like this happen, it's because it's the judgment of Yahweh Shem YAHAWASHI. He's the one that is the orchestrator and control of all these things. This is 1 Samuel 2:6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. See? And the Most High is going to continue to do these things. And it's going to be increasing, especially in these last days. Because we know that in the last days, perilous times are going to come. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. This know also that in the last days, perilous times shall come. And that's right. And that's what's coming to this place. Perilous times. A time full of danger, full of risk. Troublesome times, problematic times. And it's only going to get worse from here on forward, and we're coming, and that's why we must continue to make sure we do what we do, brothers, and make sure that we fear the Lord, because where the fear of the Lord is, it turneth away the wrath. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it here through the Spirit. I pray this lesson was edifying, exhorting, and comforting. As always, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Ba'ashem YAHAWASHI, Ba'ashem B'rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and unto the elders of Great Millstone, GMS who taught me this truth, and honors to the brethren in the Akim that's pushing out this truth with all sincerity and in faith, and to Wadi Yahweh Ba'ashem YAHAWASHI for allowing me to come back with another lesson. And it's on to the next one, Akim. Shalom.